Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Gaur Bhakta Vrinda हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपी कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कंचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदानेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। बोलो श्री राधे गोलोकानंद भगवान की जय। हरे कृष्णा एवरीवन।
Hare Krishna everyone.
Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा निशा।
Hare Krishna uncle. Hare Krishna everyone.
Hare Krishna Mittu, nice to hear your voice.
Hare Krishna everyone.
Hare Krishna Jyoti. All right. So हम लोग chapter 22 of Canto 3, the status quo. Yeah, that's what we are reading. And this chapter is about the marriage of Dehuti and Kardam Muni. Yeah, Dehuti is the daughter of, whose daughter is Dehuti? Remember?
Swayambhavu Manu.
Shambhu Manu, yeah. Shambhu Manu's daughter.
Swayambhavu Manu.
Yeah. The first Manu in this day of Lord Brahma, first Manu is Shambhu Manu. Yeah. And currently there is a Vivasvat Manu. So we are descendants of Vivasvat Manu, right? Who is seventh Manu in this day of Lord Brahma. Yeah, as we know, we read, there are how many Manus in one day of Lord Brahma?
14.
14, yeah? Good. We remember. So there are 14 Manus in one day of Lord Brahma. Shambhu Manu is the first Manu. And he is on the way out to get his daughter married, Dehuti. So what he is saying now to Kardamuni is that my daughter is the sister of Priyavart and Uttanpad.
आपकी आवाज कट रही है।
तो आवाज कट रही है क्या? अच्छा। अभी आ रही है बराबर?
ठीक आ रही है।
आ रही है।
ठीक आ रही है।
ओके। या तो प्रिया
अभी तो ठीक आ रही है।
ठीक है। अच्छा, I think it should be fine now. So Priyavart and Uttanpad are the two sons of Shambhu Manu. And जैसा कि हम लोगों ने पढ़ा था, both the sons together, they were ruling the entire Prithvi. Yeah. And the entire Prithvi is the whole Prithvi, not just Bharat, right? With all the 7 Mahadvips and everything. Yeah. So what Kardamuni is saying is my daughter is the sister of Priyavart and Uttanpad. And of course, she is seeking a suitable husband in terms of age, character, and good qualities. Yeah. Says here, Shil Guna Adibhi. Yeah. So, and she's looking for Patim Yuktam. So that's what Shambhu Manu is telling to Kardam Muni. Yeah. So that's where we were. And then Shambhu Manu is continue to talk to Rishi. And let's see the next shlok, Anilji.
यदा तु भवता शील श्रुत रूप वयो गुणान अश्रणोन्नारदा देवशा त्वया सीत्कृतं निश्चया. The moment she heard from the sage Narad of your noble character, learning, beautiful appearance, youth, and other virtues, she fixed her mind upon you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, right? So Shambhu Manu बता रहे हैं कि देवहूति को नारद ऋषि ने बताया कर्दम मुनि के बारे में. Yeah, says here नारद आदेश. Yeah, so नारद ऋषि ने बताया था कर्दम मुनि के बारे में, and कर्दम मुनि के character, learning, appearance, and other virtues. Yeah, and when she heard all that, she fixed her mind upon you. You is the Kardam Muni here. Yeah, and yeah, it's mentioned here. She heard from Narad Muni that Kardam Muni was just fit to be her husband. Therefore, she became fixed in her heart that she would marry him, and she expressed her desire to her father, who therefore brought her before him. Yeah. And Jyoti, would you like to read?
Okay. Tat tucha gremam siddhayo prahrudha maya sarvatmananu rupam te bruhamedushu karmasu. Therefore, please accept her, O chief of the Brahmanas, for I offer her with faith, and she in every respect fit to be your wife and take charge of your household duties.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So, Kardam Muni is Shambhu Manu is requesting Kardam Muni to accept Devhuti. Yeah. And then he continues to speak. Ravi.
उद्यस्तस्य हि कामस्य प्रतिवादो न शयस्यते अपि निर्मुक्तसंगस्य कामरक्तस्य किं पुनः. To deny an offering that has come to itself is not commendable, even for one absolutely free from all the attachment, much less one addicted to sensual pleasure. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So Shambhu Manu is telling Kardam Muni that something which has come by itself, you have to basically accept, is what he's saying. It says that, I mean, Shambhu Manu, of course, knew all this, right? Since Lord Vishnu himself had told Shambhu Manu, right? If you remember, when Lord Vishnu gave darshan to Shambhu Manu, to Kardam Muni, he had himself told to Kardam Muni that Shambhu Manu will come with his daughter. So he already knew that, but at the same time, Shambhu Manu indirectly convinced Kardam Muni that you desire a suitable wife like my daughter, and she is now present before you. You should not reject the fulfillment of your prayer. You should accept my daughter. So this way, Shambhu Manu is continue requesting Kardam Muni. Yeah, Reenaji.
यह उद्यत मना धृत्य कीनाशमभियाचते क्षीयते तद्यशः स्वीतं मानसवाज्ञया यज्ञया हतः. One who rejects an offering that comes of its own accord, but later begs a boon from a miser, thus loses his widespread reputation, and his pride is humbled by the neglectful behavior of others. Hare Krishna.
So basically, Kardam Muni continues to ask, Shambhu Manu continue to ask Kardam Muni to accept Devhuti. So, this one, Tarun.
Another feature of this incident is that Shambhuva Manu was the emperor, but he went to offer his qualified daughter to a poor Brahmana. Kardama Muni had no worldly possessions. He was a hermit living in the forest, but he was advanced in culture. Therefore, in offering one's daughter to a person, the quality are counted as prominent, not wealth or any other material consideration. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So pretty important. Like Shambhu Manu was, of course, the king of the whole earth, right? But what is being mentioned is he went to Karda Muni. And the interesting part is to Dehuti, Narad Muni himself had told the virtues of Karda Muni. And so he went for his daughter to get married to Karda Muni, who has been living in a small kutia. Yeah. So that's what is in today's world. Of course, everybody is looking for all this money and all that, right? But this is a great example, like how even the king himself, yeah, the Shambhu Manu himself was the emperor, but he went to offer his qualified daughter to a poor Brahman, yeah, based on the culture and quality. Nisha?
Aham tvashrunavam vidvan vivahartam samudyatam atastva mupakuruvanah pratam pratigrahan me. Swayambhu Manu continued, O wise man, I heard that you were prepared to marry. Please accept her hand, which is being offered to you by me, since you have not taken a vow of perpetual celibacy. Hare Krishna.
So Karda Muni was not Ajivan Brahmachari, and Lord Brahma asked Karda Muni, right, to expand the family, right? And so Shambhu Manu is basically reminding him that you are not Ajivan Brahmachari, so you must accept hand of Dehuti. Yeah. Actually, it's interesting purport here, the description of brahmacharis. You know, so let's just read this much, Sachin.
The principle of brahmacharya is celibacy. There are two kinds of brahmacharis. One is called Naishthika brahmachari, which means one who takes a vow of celibacy for his whole life. Whereas the other Upakurvana brahmachari is a brahmachari who takes a vow of celibacy up to a certain age. For example, he may take the vow to remain celibate up to 25 years of age, and then with the permission of his spiritual master, he enters married life. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so two types of brahmacharis, yeah? Naishtik and Upakurvan brahmachari described. Okay. Hare Krishna, Rasikshan Prabhuji. पढ़ेंगे
ऋषिरुवाच बाणमुद्गोकामोऽहं कृता च त्वमात्मजा आवयोरो अमीतो शावात्यो वैवाहिको विधिः. Translation. The great sage replied, certainly I have a desire to marry, and your daughter has not yet married or given her word to anyone. Therefore, our marriage according to the Vedic system can take place. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so the great sage is replying, and who is the great sage? Karda Muni, yeah. And Karda Muni is replying to Shambhu Manu that, you know, the marriage according to Vedic system actually can take place. So he is willing to accept daughter of Shambhu Manu. So Hare Krishna, Jitendra.
Hare Krishna.
पढ़ेंगे
काम भूयार देव तस्या पुत्र समान विधयो प्रतीत कायव तनया नाद्वितेयम स्वय कांताय क्षिप्ते श्रियम. Let your daughter's desire for marriage, which is recognized in the Vedic scriptures, be fulfilled. Who would not accept her hand? She is so beautiful that by her bodily luster alone, she excels the beauty of her ornaments. Hare Krishna.
Krishna, yeah. So the Rishi Karda Muni is appreciating the beauty of Dehuti by saying, Swayeva Kantya Kshipati Miva Sriyam, like even her ornaments are nothing in front of her, right? She is so beautiful. Sachin?
Yam harme prushthe Kvadan Krishobham Vikri Kaditim Kanduka Vivalakshim Vishwasunyar Patasva Swa Dvimana Dvilokya Sammoha Vimudha Chetaha. I've heard that Vishwavasu, the great Gandharva, his mind stupefied with infatuation, fell from his airplane after seeing your daughter playing with a ball on the roof of the palace. For she was indeed beautiful with her tinkling ankle bells and her eyes moving to and fro. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So Kardamuni appreciating Dehuti continuously. Nisha.
Tam prarthayantim lalana masevita Shri Charner Vatsam manorucha pada swasaram ko nanu manneta budho abhiyatam. What wise man would not welcome her, the very ornament of her womanhood, the beloved daughter of Swayambhu Manu and sister of Uttanpad? Those who have not worshipped the gracious feet of the goddess of fortune cannot even perceive her, yet she has come of her own accord to seek my hand. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So Dehuti, of course, came on her own accord. And so while accepting her, Kardamuni is really appreciating, like who will not, of course, accept Shambhu Manu's daughter and sister of Uttanpad and Priyavrat. Yeah. Ravi? Ravi?
Yes. Ato bhajishye samayen sadhvihi yavatejo vibharvedayatmano me ato dharman paramahansya mukhyan shukla proktan bahu manye vihasrahan. Therefore, I shall accept this chaste girl as my wife on the condition that after she bears Somen from my body, I shall accept the life of devotional service accepted by the most perfect human beings. That process was described by Lord Vishnu. It is free from envy. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So Kardamuni is saying, Ato Dharman Paramhansya Mukhyan. Yeah. The devotional service afterwards is the most perfect, is what is being accepted by the most perfect human beings, right? As we have read again and again, that's the highest perfection. Nice purport here. So let's read this, Pira Tarun.
After fulfilling his responsibility to produce a nice child, one should take sannyasa and engage in the perfectional Paramahamsa stage. Paramahamsa refers to the most highly elevated perfectional stage of life. There are 4 stages within sannyas life, and Paramahamsa is the highest order. The Srimad Bhagavatam is called the Paramahamsa Samhita, the treatise for the highest class of human beings. The Paramahamsa is free from envy. In other stages, even in the householder stage of life, there is competition and envy. But since the activities of the human being in the Paramahamsa stage are completely engaged in Krishna consciousness or devotional service, there is no scope for envy. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So a couple of important facts mentioned here, right? Paramhans is the most highly elevated perfectional stage of life. And then it says that the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is what we are reading right now, is called Paramhans Samhita. Yeah, the treatise for the highest class of human beings. Yeah, that's the significance of Srimad Bhagavatam. Yeah. Anilji?
In the same order as Kardamuni, about 100 years ago, Thakur Bhakti Vinoda also wanted to beget a child who could preach the philosophy and teachings of Lord Chaitanya to the fullest extent. By his prayers to the Lord, he had as his child Bhakta Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, who at the present moment is preaching the philosophy of Lord Chaitanya throughout the entire world through his bona fide disciples. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So actually, we had read in previous slok that Karda Muni, Lord Vishnu himself had informed Karda Muni that he will manifest through Karda Muni and Dehuti as Kapil Muni. Yeah, Kapil Muni, who is responsible for the whole Sankhya Paddhati. Yeah, and the example given here is like before 100 years, Thakur Bhakti Vinod Maharaj was guru of Bhakti Siddhant Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. And Bhakti Siddhant Saraswati Goswami Maharaj is the guru of Srila Prabhupada. Yeah. So that's, see, based on Srila Prabhupada's teachings and getting Vedabase together, right, and preaching in West, today, even sitting in America, we are able to read Srimad Bhagavatam. Yeah. So that is such a great spiritual contribution to the whole world, right? And that is what is being mentioned, that Thakur Bhakti Vinod Maharaj, he wanted to beget a child who will actually preach the philosophy and teachings of Lord Chaitanya to the fullest extent, right? And then his prayers to the Lord, so he had Bhakti Siddhant Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, and then of course, based on Bhakti Siddhant Saraswati Goswami Maharaj's orders, Srila Prabhupada, even at a very old age, started his journey to the Western countries. Yeah. And that's, we are so grateful for that. That's how we are able to chant and we are able to read. Yeah. Srimad Bhagavatam. So let's continue reading the next, Jyoti.
दो चीज मैं अभी बता देता हूँ
हाँ,
जो लोगों को उतना मालूम नहीं है श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर जी महाराज के बारे में, कि भगवान ने उनकी प्रार्थना को सुन करके श्री भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर जी महाराज का उन्होंने अपील किया था। दो घटना ऐसे हैं, एक तो उनका जो एम्बिलिकल कॉर्ड था ना, जब वो पैदा हुए, प्रकट हुए, तो एम्बिलिकल कॉर्ड बिल्कुल जनेऊ के जैसा था, पूरे बॉडी में लिपटा था। दूसरा एक घटना और माइलस्टोन था, जब वो जन्म ले चुके थे, फर्स्ट एनिवर्सरी का जो पहला जो उसके बाद रथ यात्रा आया, तो उनके घर के सामने से अभी भी आप जब जाएंगे ना, ग्रैंड रोड है, बड़ा जो रोड है जहाँ पर रथ यात्रा निकलता है, तो उसके सामने ही वो मंदिर है श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर जी का, जो पहले घर हुआ करता था। तो उसके सामने रथ आकर के रुक गया ऑटोमेटिक, और उनके घर से श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर जी महाराज को लाया गया। श्री भक्ति ठाकुर जी महाराज भगवान के चरणों में जैसे रखा और आशीर्वाद दिलाने के बाद वो रथ फिर अपने आप चल पड़ा। दो घटना प्रूव करता है कि भगवान ने स्वयं उनको भेजा था।
Right. So that is so nice to know actually. Yeah. Thank you, Rasikshan Babuji. It's really nice to know. Yeah, so that's the thing. And then, so that's Bhakti Siddhant Saraswati Goswami Maharaj is the guru of Srila Prabhupada. Yeah, and we all know Srila Prabhupada, and now we know the name of the guru of Srila Prabhupada, who is Bhakti Siddhant Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. And then we also now know guru of Bhakti Siddhant Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, who is the Thakur Bhakti Vinod. Yeah,
वो उनके फादर हैं,
हाँ,
उनके गुरु हैं श्री गौर किशोर दास बाबा जी महाराज।
right. Sorry, yeah. Gaur Kishore Babaji is the guru of Bhakti Siddhant Saraswati Maharaj. Yeah. And cool. So, need to read. Tarun?
यदो भवत् विश्वम् इदं विचित्रं संसास्त्यते यत्र च वावितिष्ठते प्रजापतिना पतिरेष्मः परप्रमाणं भगवानन्तः. The highest authority for me is the unlimited Supreme Personality of Godhead, from whom this wonderful creation emanates and whom its sustenance and dissolution rest. He is the origin of all Prajapatis. The personality is meant to produce living entities in this world. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So who is speaking at this point? Who is saying the highest authority for me is the unlimited Supreme Personality of Godhead? Yeah,
Karda Muni, right?
Karda Muni, yeah. Just as we know, Karda Muni is responding to Shambhu Manu. He's accepting the daughter, and
Mhm.
but then he's saying that but then he will spend his time in devotional service, is what he's telling. And he's saying the highest authority is the unlimited Bhagwan Anantah. Yeah. So that's what he's saying. And then he continues to describe his acceptance of Devahuti. So let's just read one more shlok. Jyoti.
Okay. Maitreya Uvacha Sa Ugradhanvaniya Deva Bhashe Asicha Tushnimarvinda Nabham Diyopagruhan Smita Shobitena Mukena Cheto Lurube Devatyuhu. Sri Maitreya said, O great warrior Vidura, the sage Kardama said this much only. The king became silent, thinking of his worshipable Lord Vishnu, who has a lotus on his navel. As he silently smiled, his face captured the mind of Devahuti, who began to meditate upon the great sage.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so the Rishi, after talking and quiet, Krishna says, Mukhen Cheto Lulubhe Devahutyaya. So Devahuti started to meditate upon the great sage. So we are going to pause here since we only have 1 minute left. And we are going to hear the Radhe Govind Kirtan. And I will see you tomorrow. Yeah.